Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Yaya's Garden. So I'm up early this morning because I'm out here and I need to water my plants and fertilize them. So I wanted to bring you guys along and show you what I use to fertilize my plants. So I'm gonna start right up here on my little balcony garden. I have a few tomatoes, a basil plant, one tiny little pepper that I stuffed in there with the cucumber, and then these are my spare plants that I use as backups. But I'm gonna be using fish fertilizer. Some of you guys know it as 511, but I've been using this for, I don't know, maybe about 10 years. So this is my favorite fertilizer because it's quick and it's easy. All you do is you have to pour some in some water and you go. So without further ado, I've already mixed my fish fertilizer in with my water. I just mix it into my watering can. You can see in there it turns brown. There are directions on the bottle. I don't really go by the directions. I just pour some in the water and then just give them a drink. I like to do this in the mornings. Hit my little coleus. I like to do this in the mornings when the soil is already a little moist, because when the soil is already moist, it helps with absorption. It helps the plants to absorb the nutrients better. And that's it. You just give them a little drink. And this tomato plant right here, this is not a patio tomato. This is an indeterminate tomato type. And it's full of tomatoes. You know, people say that you need to grow indeterminates in ground or in 10 or 20 gallon containers. But I just grow mine in these 5-gallon containers. They may not get to full size, which is still good because I'm growing them on my balcony. But I still get food. I can walk right out of the house from my kitchen out here, grab a tomato or peppers or whatever, or cucumbers or whatever I have out here growing, and I can take it in the house and make a salad or use it in whatever meal I'm cooking. This fish fertilizer mixture, I also use it on my flowering plants. I have plants on my front porch, and I fertilize those with this too. Yeah, look at all the critters out here this morning. I saw a couple of honeybees flying around. I don't know if you can see them. But this bush cucumber is from a seed packet that we picked up at Target when Ava and I were on a trip to Target. And it's cranked out some really big cucumbers. I'm surprised. I thought they were going to be small, but they're not. They're huge. So these squash plants, they're not looking good. I don't know what's going on them, but I'm pulling them out. And I'm going to plant new ones instead. This is why you have backup plants. When your plants start doing crazy things. I guess they just don't like it here. I mean, the roots are all over the place. And this cucumber too. I don't know if this is some kind of disease. If anybody knows, let me know. But this cucumber looks like it's dying. I think it's this garden bed. So everything in it is looking crazy. And this one was full of cucumbers. I hate to pull it out, but out it goes. That one's looking like it too, but I'm just gonna cut the leaves off that look like they have the whatever it is going on with them. And these beans, They're looking not so hot too. I'm gonna pull those out. All the ones that have the yellow. And I'm gonna cut this tomato back and tie it up today. So I finally got around to cutting these tomatoes back. Most of them I cut back to one stem because I want to have room for all the plants to grow. This one I cut back super hard because it was growing all over the place. I cut the top side of these to try to stop them from growing, but I left some of the fruit, so I'm gonna let it ripen. And then once the fruit ripens, I'm gonna cut these extra suckers off of here. But that's what it's looking like. You know, I know it looks brutal, but it'll help the plants to make bigger fruit and more fruit. But if you, I'm gonna come over here and let you see how much tomato foliage I cut off. That pile right there, that's mostly tomatoes. So I cut a whole bunch. So less leaves, more fruit is what I'm looking for. I cut these back over here too. I cut that oregano all the way back down to the sticks, but I'm gonna tell you, I'll give you an update in a couple of weeks. This oregano will be back to the size that it was. There's the pile of oregano right here. I'm gonna take this in and dry it and add it to our dry herbs. Got a little thyme growing there too. And these right here, the Brad's Atomic Grape, I lost a few of those because I guess the birds love them because they had a bunch of bird holes packed into them. So I may have to come out here and harvest these because if you see, there was a bunch of them. I just pulled them off and threw them away because the birds had pecked holes in them. I may have to start pulling them off and letting them ripen in the house. This is awesomeness right here. Awesomeness. That's a green zucchini in the middle there that's popped up. Cantaloupes running everywhere. Jubilee watermelon. Golden zucchini plant. These plants get huge too. I just love them. But these cucumbers, I pulled out 2 cucumber plants because they were yellowing with these spots on them. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. I'm gonna let this one stay for a little while longer because it's got a lot of cucumbers on it. So I'm gonna harvest the cucumbers on it and then I'm gonna pull it out and just replace it. And this right here, my friends, is why you have backup plants. This is why you have backup plants. And this right here is a squash or a zucchini that popped up on its own. All right, well, I'm gonna finish off the day by looking at my beautiful marigolds. And I'm gonna go in because it's already 8:30 and it's hot. So guys, it's only about 8:30, maybe going on 9 o'clock this morning. I haven't been keeping up with the time, but oh my goodness, it's so hot out here. But I had to get some of this work done. I had to trim back some of the bad leaves off of these plants and to mitigate what was going on over here, because I had one plant that was trying to take over the whole thing. And the whole reason for me putting up this tomato trellis is so that I could grow about 6 different types of plants. And so I could grow about 6 different types of plants, and I want to do the one stem method. I've done it before and I got huge tomatoes. So I don't know if it's what's been going on with this weather, with it being really cool for a long time and then hot and then cool again, but I've got, I don't know, powdery mildew already, and something on these cucumbers that looks like it may be blight. I don't know. If anybody knows what it is, just let me know. And if you know what the treatment is for it, let me know. Well, actually, my treatment for it is to pull it out and put in a new plant. That's all. You know, I try not to battle with diseases and with pests, because once a plant starts getting pests or diseases, you're going to keep on doctoring on it throughout the whole season. So I just usually pull it out and put a new one in. And that's what I'm going to do. But I would like to know what it is, so that I can try to prevent it in my newer plants. But right now, I'm hot and I'm tired, and I'm going to go inside and get a drink. I want to thank you all for watching Yaya's Garden, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.